Don't know if you guys noticed the trend, but we keep getting a little bit bigger every time we jump in one of the Jay Flight SLX units. So this one right here is the Jay Flight SLX 248RBS, and I really like this floor plan. The front half is very reminiscent of what we've seen in some common bunk models, right? And you'll see that in just a second. But what they've done is they've added in a slide, and they changed the back half to a big rear bath floor plan to change it from more of a family unit to a little bit more of a couples-oriented unit. Now, you can still sleep, 4 to 5 people in here fairly easily, and I'll show you why and how in just a moment. But because it doesn't have bunks, we generally designate it as a couples model. Now, as I mentioned, you have a slide. We're a little bit bigger. This one's coming in at 29 feet, but it's still, for being 29 feet, it's still pretty lightweight. We're coming in under 5,300 pounds dry, which is pretty darn impressive for that size. Another impressive stat on this one, 80 gallons of fresh water capacity. So if you plan on going out, doing some boondocking, having the capability to have those 80 gallons is phenomenal. And you still have 39-gallon gray and 39-gallon black, which are very respectable tank sizes. Let's start off over on the kitchen, because once again, right, we're stepping up the kitchen even a little bit more. All the other SLX units we've seen have just been kind of straight across. What you've noticed here is we still get the double bowl sink and the 3-burner cooktop, but they put it on a little bit of an angle. The thing I like about doing this, and of course the countertop came out here, but the reason I like this is you have this space right here for your coffee maker, right? You still have some prep space right over here to the side. You can easily reach and do the dishes while looking outside of your window, and you have more prep space here as long as you're not using the 3-burner. So great space all around. This, of course, folds up and back just like we've seen in the others. The front one is still high output, just like you would expect. Same Furion unit that we've had. And that's one of the great things about the SLX line. It doesn't matter if you're in an 18-foot unit or a 29-foot unit. They're using a lot of the same construction, a lot of the same appliances throughout the entire line. And of course, we have some changes depending on, model year or not model year, but when it was built in that model year, I should say, right? Sometimes there's some running changes with refrigerators or stoves, sinks, things like that. But a lot of the same things, and we're talking, Magnum truss roof system, right? Like that is going to be on all of them throughout, even the smallest units. They're putting in that high-end construction. They're screwing everything in the roof, right? There's no staples in there. It's a pretty big deal. Plywood, that's another big one. Plywood floors. I know a lot of people, maybe you don't know the advantages of plywood, but one of the big things about it is that you can run true ductwork in the floor. If you have a laminated floor, you either A, have to kind of hollow out the foam right in the floor to make tunnels basically for ductwork, or you have to run it through furniture. So by plywood, you can conveniently place the ductwork wherever you want. It doesn't have to be wherever the furniture is. So lots of great construction features. And now we upgraded, instead of having 1 or 2 drawers, look at that. Now we have a bigger kitchen. It affords us more space. Now we have 3 drawers underneath the sink, just like we've seen before. Plenty of space there for a trash can. As you'd expect, storage up top, microwave hood, all that is going to be just like we've seen in the past. Norcold fridge freezer unit. Open that guy up. This one does have the thermostat on the outside, this particular model. And then in the back, as I mentioned, this one is a rear bath. So let's come on back in the bathroom real quick, because this right here is really cool. Take a look at that wardrobe. Now, why do I love this? Well, a lot of people may not know this, especially if you're new to RVing. But most of the time, in a lot of RVs, your bedroom is fairly small, right? It's a little tight. And the reason is you just don't spend a ton of time up there. You go up there, you go to bed, and then you come out. So you want more space in your bathroom, or most of the time your kitchen and living space. The cool thing about having a big rear bath like this, especially with the wardrobe, is you have space to actually get changed. Because believe it or not, a lot of times in the bedroom, you're not afforded that space, at least not comfortably. Here, I have more than enough room to change my clothes. I have space here where if I want to put a laundry basket, right, or a dirty clothes basket, something like that, I can have it. And then I still have space to hang all of my clothes, so that way I can get dressed back here. So I personally really like this, especially for a couples model. I think that's a great addition. Your hand towel ring will be there. You still get decent countertop space in here, electrical outlet, storage underneath. Well, there's something on there, so I'm not going to sit on it. But just know that if I do sit here, I'll squat. get my leg workout in. You can see here I have plenty of room for my knees, great shoulder space there too. It's not an issue at all. As for the tub shower, once again, just want to kind of prove to you, I have plenty of space here, folks. No issues. 6 foot tall, I can be, like I said, I can be my buddy Chris Young's height, right? 6'2", 6'3", no issues there at all. We are all set. Now, as we take a step back out and we move over to the left, I want to show you something, again, a little more unique. And what they've done is they have, put the entertainment center right here, which gives you a great viewing angle from not only the majority of the U-shaped dinette, but also from the sofa. So I think this was a great spot to put it. Storage all around, multimedia center. Just like we saw before, that one does have your DVD player built in. Excuse me. But the thing I also like is this right here. Now you have a U-shaped dinette. And if you remember what we talked about earlier, right, with the slide out, we had a slide out in one of the earlier models, but take a look here. Now we've moved into flush floor slide, right? Our weight is a little bit higher. We're almost 5,300 pounds dry. It's going to be expected that you're probably going to tow this with something on a truck frame, whether that's a large SUV or a half-ton pickup or larger, so that it's okay to have it a little bit higher because your vehicle is going to sit up higher. Flush floor obviously is great because you can just slide right in. But this U-dinette, gives you plenty of space for guests to come in, or if it's just the two of you, you obviously have a lot of room. But, if you like to entertain, you can play games here. You have a spot to plug in a phone. Huge window lets in a ton of natural light there. Just like we saw before in our dinettes in the last model, you have easy access to any storage that you put underneath the dinette there. And when this is dropped down into a bed, it can very easily sleep one adult, possibly two, as long as they're okay cuddling up a little. Now, as we move in a little bit further, this part right here is what I say, reminds me of some common bunk models, and that's to have the midship sofa, which kind of creates the differentiation between the bedroom and the living space. And with this jackknife sofa does drop down into a bed, and also you'll see half of it has a lot of storage. So, it's kind of the best of both worlds. They put some stuff under there, but also still left you storage, which is great. And more importantly, more than anything, the reason I love this is because it gives you another seating place. And as I said, that TV is going to be straight across. So if you want to watch TV, that's definitely going to be the prime spot to watch it. A little bit of storage up there. And what they did is, with this setup, when you have the midship sofa, they'll do a couple different things. One, they will create a wall to about here and have a door to enter the bedroom to create full separation. The issue with that, right, again, everything's pro-cons. The pro is it gives you a lot of privacy. The cons is that it makes the unit look shorter. It makes it feel more closed in because you have a wall. Another option is what we've done here, which is they have a cutout to make it seem open. You have this right here for privacy to close off, but it still creates some separation and it allows for a little bit of extra storage. The other option is just chop this whole thing off, which makes it seem the most open, but also makes it feel, the less privacy up front. Now, I talked about smaller bedrooms. This one, actually, when you come up here, you will see is actually fairly decent size. When I walk in, I do have, some space here to get changed, which is nice. But personally, I'd probably still do it in the bathroom more than anywhere else. But you will notice that you have wardrobes on both sides, shelf there, LED lights, kind of like we've seen before. You have the nightstands, electrical outlets there, lifting that Serta mattress up, and you will see the storage there underneath. So again, excellent storage, couple different access points to it. And if you want TV just like we had before, you can take a look right on this side. You have that same really cool mount, makes it nice and easy. The connections for it are over here. So as I mentioned, folks, if you're, have a little bit bigger tow vehicle, you want some more space, and, maybe it's two of you, maybe you have some kiddos, whatever it may be, this one is able to accommodate that because, again, you can sleep up to 4, coming in at about 5,300 pounds, and this one is starting at $25,995, which is only $6.42 a day. All you have to do to claim that show price is text the word RV to 46642. So we take a step outside. Let's take a look at a couple things. I want to go up front, start up here. One of the things I didn't really talk about much, but something that is very important is this right here, which is warranty. It's a big reason that a lot of people buy new, right? You want to be covered. You want to make sure if anything goes wrong that the manufacturer is going to have your back. And you will see right here, you get a 2-year limited warranty plus a 3-year structural, and that's a great warranty, folks. It is one of the best in the industry, so you know that if something goes wrong, if something happens while you're out on the road, and things will happen, right? I mean, it's undeniable. Hopefully it's nothing major, but if there is a big problem, just know that you have the warranty, you will be covered. Also, right up front here, power tongue jack. I personally love these just because it makes life so much easier. You know, there's a couple things when it comes to travel trailers that are a lot of work. One is connecting and disconnecting your tongue jack. The other one is leveling the RV. So if you can eliminate a big chunk of that right here, absolutely do it. And the reason I say leveling is an RV is because you have to get some blocks, kind of go back and forth, takes a little bit of time. But this right here will be the most physical work you can take out of the process. If you don't have one on your current RV, highly recommend getting one. You can retrofit one to most RVs. It's just always nice to have it straight from the manufacturer. Propane tanks with a cover right behind that. Rails, of course, for your batteries. That diamond plating is going to help protect that front end from anything that gets thrown up. We saw the storage, but something else I want to show you is magnetic catches. I really like those because it's simple, and if the grandkids are coming or you have smaller kids with you, they go to close that, it's not going to break a plastic tab, rip anything off, nothing like that. You still have that same awning system with LED lights and speakers, the Kia-like system, everything we've seen, you know, kind of as we've moved up through the line. Right there is your outside TV hookup. Easy lube axles are a big one. Goodyear tires, I know that's another big one for a lot of people, right? You want American-made tires, there you go. And this one comes with an outside kitchen, so you get a cooktop as well as a sink right out here, so that way if you're cooking bacon or something, not making it smell inside the camper, stinking it up. Now don't get me wrong, I love the smell of bacon, but you know, just not 4 or 5 hours later when it's still inside. But folks, I hope you enjoyed kind of the lineup as we've walked through. Again, this is the Jayco Jay Flight SLX line. We have the SLX 7 for single axle, SLX 8 for double axle. They're all great, fantastic features. If you're interested, make sure you text the word FRESH to 46642.